friends, long time no see. Okay, so if you are friends with me on Facebook, you saw a few days ago or you may have seen my little call for help-ish. I'm having trouble with one of my children in particular, just with disrespect and throwing fits about little things, like over exaggeration of issues, like it's a very small issue and said child will just explode more than what's necessary. And so it's been a bit of a rough week. So I did my little Facebook post, I'm screwing up my kid, I need help, and there was a lot of encouraging words from women, and I'm so thankful for those. But I'm also somebody who doesn't like to wallow, you know what I mean? If I have a problem, I want to solve it. I want to figure out why the problem is there, and I want to plan to fix it. So I spoke with my husband, I spoke with my girlfriend, and I decided to go back and look at the 5 Love Languages of Children. I bought this book when my oldest was 5, and it was just too early. I actually did start reading it. I've got notes and stuff highlighted in it, but it just was too early. And I think even in the book it says that kids' love languages don't start to not appear, because when kids are younger, they just need all of the love languages. Their love language is all 5 of them. But as they get older, one takes more effect, I guess. It's a more dominant love language, and that happens at about age 5, I think is what the book said. So I actually put this book away for quite a few years, and now that our kids we have 9, 7.5, 7.5, 5, and 3, I'm going to pull it back out and read it. This is going to be the first one I go through in the new year. And so I also printed off the 5 Love Languages for Kids test, the free test online. And so I printed it off. It's 20 questions, and I sat down with all the kids and I went through the questions and had them choose, and then I scored them, and it was really eye-opening to see. So my little one who's 3, it was pretty consistent with being not having a dominant love language yet. He was pretty, there was 4 of them that were pretty even, and then 1 that was kind of low. So with him, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing and love him all the different ways. But I did write down his top. So what I did is I went down and scored them, and then I have this sheet. I found this online too, A Mom's Guide. I can't read. A Mom's Guide to the 5 Love Languages of Children, and it just gives you it describes your child. If your child is touched, they probably receive hugs, kisses, high fives, cuddles, asked to be carried, physical activity like wrestling, racing, tag, climbs into your lap. And then it has tips. So hold hands, hug often, family cuddles, sing action songs, tickle fun, read stories together on the couch or on your lap. So this gives you, describes your child and gives you a tip. So then I wrote, if it was their number 1, I wrote their name at the top. If it was their number 2, I wrote it down at the bottom. And then I decided, well, I need something a little bit easier because that's kind of hard to see. So on the inside of my book that I'm going to be carrying with me when I'm out and about in town, I just wrote notes, what each kid is, how old they are, and then what their top 1 and 2 is. But I also, because go big or go home, I also made cards for each one with ideas. So my oldest is Maddie, and her number 1 is quality time. So I just wrote down little ideas: Thursdays, date lunch, play outside with them, board games, things that I know that she has asked for me to do with them. These are things that I know she has asked me to come outside and play tag with them. She's asked to play board games, so I know that that's probably something that will help her feel loved. And then her second one is words. So I don't know, I saw on Pinterest a while ago journals. You have a journal where you write notes back to each other, but it's just a regular journal. And so I can write a note I love you, you did a good job today, and ballet or drama class, or whatever, like, I know today was hard, it was a tough homeschooling day, but never give up, and I love you. So just short little notes. I can give it to her. She can write, you know, a note to me on the next page, and then we can just pass it back and forth. It'll be a way that the words are just between us. I can encourage her. It's in writing. She can go back and read it. So I'm going to do that with her because she's at the age where she can read and write pretty well. And then I just wrote, I love you dailies and great job dailies. Just be more apparent with my words. My son Max, he's 7. So his top 2 were words and acts of service. I think he's probably quality time. But he's the only one that I've gotten quality time with. He has vision therapy on Tuesdays, and so I have been dropping my kids off with my mom, and then just him and I have been going to vision therapy. So he's the only one that I've really had consistent quality time with. So I think that's why it didn't show up on his thing, because when I told him his top 2 was words and service, he said it wasn't quality time. So I think probably quality time is his as well. But I just wrote play catch. He has to play catch baseball a lot with me, and then he likes to fix stuff. So I was thinking, like, if there's stuff that, like, I don't tell him, but sometimes I loosen the bolts on my cabinet doors, so they're kind of loose. And then I say, hey brother, I need these tightened up. Can you tighten them up for me? And he'll get a screwdriver and tighten them up and fix it. And so maybe even if there isn't an act of service that I need, if I can create one, that works too. So my other twin Millie, hers is quality time and touch. Are you seeing a theme? Everybody has quality time. Oh, and for touch I wrote hugs, kisses, hold hands, snuggle. My 5-year-old Morgan is words and quality time, and then Maverick, my 3-year-old, is touch and quality time. So it was really eye-opening for me because I have my kids are still pretty young, and I got 5 of them, and we homeschool, and so I'm with them all the time, but it's not like one-on-one like quality time. So I decided I needed to find a way in this new year to get quality time in with them. So I sat down and looked at our schedule, what our events are going to be in the new year. We are transitioning from gymnastics. We're going to take some like ballet and drama classes instead. And so I got out my notebook. I filled it all in, what we're going to be doing when, and then I decided what days were going to be full homeschool days, and then what day is kind of light. I could do kind of a lighter homeschool day, and that's going to be our quality time day. And so that's why I wrote Thursdays under quality time, because that's going to be our light homeschool day. That's going to be the day where I wrote down house and self-care. So we're going to clean up the house, give it a good deep clean if it needs it. We are going to do self-care things. If there's a project somebody wants to work on, I can work on that. We can go ride the horse if we want to ride the horse. We take long walks, like something that's not school related, but that is good for our souls. But it's also going to be the day that I do quality time with them. So quality time felt overwhelming at first because I was like, I don't have the ability to like get a babysitter for 4 kids and take one out. Like, this just seems overwhelming. But then I thought about it and I'm like, I could shut the door to my bedroom and say, the next 10 minutes is Millie's quality time. We are going to go do whatever she wants to do. If she wants to read, we can read. If she wants to color, we can color. I don't have to go somewhere to have quality time with my kids. And this child that is kind of struggling right now is kind of the one that, like, when there's a lot of hustle and bustle, will take a step back. And this child doesn't push for attention per se, so I think sometimes they get looked over. And so I'm going to pay more attention to that. But also, you know, if I'm having quality time with Madison, and then I'm having quality time with Max, and, you know, if Thursdays is our consistent day, like they know Thursday is the day that they're going to get a few minutes with mommy uninterrupted, I think it'll help. My whole goal for homeschooling is not necessarily to create the smartest kids in the world. It's to create a home atmosphere where our relationship is connected, where I'm teaching them how to think, and I want our bond to be strong. I want their bond with each other to be strong, and homeschooling is just the best way, in my opinion, to create that. And so if I can really not get caught up in the hustle and the bustle, because it can get overwhelming, and then you turn around and it's like 5 o'clock and you're like, where's the day gone? All I've done is teach school today. But in my opinion, that's not like the most, I mean, teaching school is important, obviously, but it's not like the highest on the list of like what I think is going to help them be successful. I think they're going to be successful adults if they're kind, if they're generous, if they're forgiving, if they've learned to work together. I mean, these are qualities that you're going to need in a workplace. And so those are the qualities that I'm trying to create in our home. And so I think if I can do one-on-one with them at least once a week, it'll kind of help also bond the kids and our relationship, because even though we're together all the time, it's not quality time. So anyway, so that's my plan. I feel much better about, hey Gun, about my plan for the new year. I love the new year because I'm always looking back and reflecting and seeing what worked and what didn't work, and where can I tweak things, and what's our new schedule going to be like. So I'm really excited to start out kind of fresh, and so I hope this will work for you. I'll see if I can find, I'm sure I can find the webpage, but print it out and do the test with your kids and see what their love language is, because it might surprise you. I know I was shocked, very, very shocked that quality time was like up on everybody's list. And actually the thing that I was most shocked about is not a single kid had gifts. Gifts was the last for every single child. It was like the lowest thing for every single child, which you would think they would want stuff. Like they feel loved if I just buy stuff and give them more stuff, give them more stuff, give them more stuff. That's what, you know, kind of our society does now, is instead of spending time with our kids, we just give them things. And it was really eye-opening to see not a single kid had gifts on their list. It was like literally last for every single child. So I kind of need to tweak the way I love my kids too, like maybe not so many gifts and more quality time, which is a win for everybody, especially my husband who pays for everything. So anyway, I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. I hope this is helpful and maybe can help get you back on track with your kids, and we'll see you soon. Bye.